Okay, gang. Far be it from anyone to say that Zippo didn't learn his lesson with the pistons and the piston rings. Oh, speaking of, right there, guys. Got my t-shirt. Anytime I'm working on that CL 200, which is a scrambler, you'll see me in that t-shirt representing Kevin and the rest of the team at Scrambler Cycles. Those guys just freaking rock. Okay, I've got a box that's got a pretty good crunch in it, so let's see. And I believe it's my carburetors, so that kind of sucks. And hopefully they're packed well enough that no damage came of them. Okay, we're looking good. We're looking real good. There we go. Box crushed on the opposite side, so let's cut them open. There's a 1 and a 2, and they should have different part numbers. I see no part numbers on the outside of the box. Well, they marked it out right there. And after we get done this, we're going to get started on another project. Yeah, they look good. Looking good. And they look just like the originals. A little bit of oxidization on them, but it's just rubbing right off. Beauty. Those look really, really nice. And here's the choke lever. Bump, 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 bump. Uh-oh. There we go. Choke lever. Yeehaw. They are check mark circle EMSTD. Ooh. Ah. And they come with the O-ring as well. So let's tuck that one and the vent tube. Let's go ahead and tuck that one back in the bag. We know that one's okay. And this other one should have a longer choke lever on it. And possibly the clips for the... Oh, wow. Okay. Well, that's cool. I have extra parts now. I won't turn down extra parts. No, no, no. There's my O-ring. This one doesn't have any oxidization on it at all. Cool. Choke is on. Choke is off. This one also has my crossover lever for choking and the long lever. And these are really, really close to being exact as far as appearance, and I'm sure jetting, and they say they've already been tuned. So my throttle cable's coming in. Awesome. Alright, I'll call that a win. Let me shake it and make sure the float's moving. Yep, the float's moving. I forgot to do that in this one. Yep, chokes are moving, chokes are moving. So Zippo's got the carburetors for the CL200. That's cool. I had just partial carburetors, and what the parts would have cost me, I was able to get both of these. So that's that. Zippo got 2 brand new carburetors, and hopefully they work okay. They look okay, but looks can be deceiving. But EMS TD. We will see if they are going to work okay in due time. But like I said, we've got other projects to work on. The other package here should be my... Let's set those over with the parts bin. This should be my new kickstart lever. And thanks to Kevin at Scrambler Cycles, who did the legwork for me, he found that the kickstart lever is compatible over a range of motorcycles. So, alright, all wrapped up. I like these Tyvek envelopes. That's what we've got. And it's already been cleaned up. Very, very nice. It looks awesome. It really looks great. Let's get a closer look. Get it out of the bag. I did get my kickstart shaft. I got a few other parts too. Video to come. Yeah, that's much, 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 much better. I was worried a little bit about these marks here, but that's where the seal comes through. There is no, you can't feel it. Fantastic. Absolutely gorgeous. Almost looks like a brand new part, other than obviously it was used a little bit. Brilliant. Okay, let's take the camera, and this is the return spring. That just goes right on there, and this goes against the case. Let's take a look real quick. I will show you. The engine was not seized. Okay, I had to cut away because I didn't turn the microphone around. And over here we have the CL400 or 200, and it is just temporarily thrown together. But I did spray a ton of assembly lube in there over the gear case, over the connecting rods and crankshaft and the whole nine. And thanks to my buddy Heliarch, I've got my kickstart shaft, and it actually fits on there nice, but I'm still going to bust the case open because I've got some parts in there that I want to be sure are good and clean. But watch this. You see that? Now there's no pistons in there, guys. Butter. Okay, that's that. We're getting ready to turn wrenches on the 7117. I'm going to get that engine out and stick this engine in, but this one's going to go on the bench first. So we're going to have a multi-part video on taking care of this. So Sean, yes, I'm finally getting wrenches out to work on these. I apologize greatly for the week that I had to take a hiatus and recoup, but we're getting on it. See you guys when I start turning the wrenches. Alright gang, we are getting ready to start this engine, but before we do, I caught a glimpse of something. So we're going to take the blower housing off first before we get started. Mind you, this engine was made in 2008, so it is a 9-year-old brand new Briggs Vanguard 18 horse. So give me a second, we'll pull that shroud off. Alright, you guys to look right here. It's hard to see, and you can't see very much of it. But that's what I saw. That's what made me think I need to take that blower housing off and check for a mouse nest. So let's see what we've got under here. I get all the bolts. I think I got one more to get out there. A mouse nest. So I'm going to get all this cleaned out. There's quite a bit down here at the bottom. I'm going to get all this cleaned out, make sure, because what happens is it winds up blocking the fins. It just wreaks havoc on everything. Fortunately, it doesn't look like they have chewed any wires, so that is one good thing. But we'll get it all cleaned out. After that, we will dry crank it to make sure that we're pumped oil up into the cylinders before we start it. And then we'll put the blower housing back on and give her a shot. So stay tuned. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is just crank the engine over for a little bit and let the oil get up into the cylinders. That way we're not trying to dry crank an engine. I already pulled the plugs and shot some assembly lube in there, so we're good in that respect. So let's just go ahead and crank it for a minute. not a minute, but crank it for a little bit. Well, it shouldn't have started because I don't have the solenoid hooked up. But it did start. That's a good thing. I didn't have the fuel solenoid hooked up. Alright, I think we can finally try to start this thing now. Are we ready? Bench run test number 20. Actually, I don't know, 3, 4. I call that a wiener. Runs real good. Now I'll show you guys the rather comical mufflers that I have on this thing and why it was so quiet. Aren't those cute? Sean, that's something we got to talk about. How are we going to muffle this thing? Because it's going to be stupid loud. And you actually need an exhaust manifold. I do not have one here. That would be a small engine warehouse thing. You would just need a Briggs Vanguard muffler, you know, for a horizontal twin, 18 horse. I'll show you the numbers here, Sean, so that you can, let's see here, yeah, hopefully you can see them. I'll show you the numbers so that you can get a whole small engine warehouse and see about buying. I don't know how well they're showing up, if at all. I'll read them off to you. 356447, type 140, G1, code 08062611. So there you be. It does run. Now to go through everything that needs to be done to get it into that tractor. That'll be on part 2.